I didn't expect friendship to be the thing that broke my heart after 40. Not dating, not men, friendship. Because nobody warns you that after a certain age, friendships don't just fade, they shift, they rearrange, they get tested by life. And one day you look up and realize you've been strong for everybody, but you don't feel held by anybody. I remember the moment that hit me. It was a Saturday. Not a sad Saturday, just normal. I had groceries, errands, laundry running, and a quiet in my house that felt too loud. So I did what a lot of us do. I grabbed my phone. Not because I needed entertainment, because I needed connection. I scrolled through my contacts like, who do I call right now just to laugh? And what hurt wasn't that I didn't have people, it was that I didn't know who I could reach out to without feeling like I was bothering them. At 25, you can text somebody, "What are you doing?" and be together in 15 minutes. At 40, people have kids, people have partners, people have aging parents, people have jobs that drain them dry. And the truth is, some people are so overwhelmed by life, they only have energy for the people in their house. So I sat there thinking, is this adulthood? Is this what it is? Then I started seeing it everywhere, especially online. Women saying, "I love my friends, but we never see each other. I outgrew my old friendships. I feel lonely even though I'm surrounded by people. I don't trust women anymore. I'm tired of one-sided friendships." And I realized it wasn't just me. There's a quiet friendship crisis happening for women after 40, and nobody talks about it the way they talk about dating. Because friendship isn't supposed to be dramatic. Friendship is supposed to be safe. But after 40, friendship gets complicated for reasons that have nothing to do with love and everything to do with life. And the hardest part? Nobody tells you when it's time to stop forcing friendships that don't fit anymore. So let me tell you what happened with me. I had a friend. Let's call her Lisa. Lisa and I were close. The kind of close where you don't even knock when you come over. The kind of close where you know each other's family drama and food allergies. But over time, something started to change. Every time we talked, I left the conversation feeling heavy. Not because she was venting. Venting is normal. But because it was always about her. Her stress, her relationship, her work, her problems. And I would show up. I'd listen, I'd encourage. But when I needed her, she'd hit me with a, "Girl, I'm busy." Or she'd leave my message on read and pop back up 2 weeks later like nothing happened. At first, I excused it, because women in our 40s, we're compassionate, we understand life gets hard. But then I noticed a pattern. She didn't forget to call when she needed support. She didn't forget when she needed advice. She didn't forget when she needed someone to remind her she was worthy. She only forgot when it was time to give it back. And I had to face something I didn't want to admit, that friendship was one-sided. And it's not that she was a terrible person, she was just not able to be the kind of friend I needed anymore. And in your 40s, that realization hits different because you don't have time for friendships that feel like a second job. You don't have time to keep proving you're worthy of being considered. So I pulled back. Quietly. No big speech, no dramatic breakup, just distance. And I felt guilty because women are taught ending friendships makes you mean. But I wasn't mean. I was tired, emotionally overdrawn, and I needed to stop pouring into a cup that never poured into mine. That's when I learned lesson number 1. Peace is a friendship requirement now. If I leave you feeling drained, anxious, or small, that's not friendship, that's emotional labor, and I don't do unpaid labor anymore. Around the same time, I had another friend, Tanya. Tanya wasn't toxic, she was just different now. We used to be inseparable, but she got married, had kids, and became consumed by home life. At first, I was proud of her. That's a big season. But over time, I started feeling like I was watching her life through a window. I'd invite her out, and she'd say, "I'll let you know." And we all know what that means. "I'll let you know" is the polite version of, "It's not happening." Then one day, I saw her post photos at brunch with other women, and I felt something ugly rise up. Not jealousy, grief. Because it wasn't that she didn't have time, It was that she had time, just not for me. And I sat with that feeling like, is it me? Did I do something? Then I realized lesson number 2. Sometimes people don't leave you, your lives just stop matching. They're not wrong, you're not wrong, you're just in different realities. And adulthood doesn't always allow friendships to survive that. Romantic breakups come with explanations. Friendship breakups are often silent. No closure, no conversation, just distance. And it can make you feel unchosen in a way that's hard to explain. So I decided I was going to do something different. Instead of sitting around hoping my old friendships would return to how they were, I was going to build new ones. And yes, making friends after 40 feels awkward because we're not in school anymore. We don't just sit next to someone and become besties by lunch. Now you have to be intentional. And that terrified me because rejection as a grown woman, whew, I can handle a man not calling me back, but a woman ghosting my wanna grab coffee invite? That hits the pride. So I started small. I made a list of what I wanted in friendship. Not perfect people, just healthy qualities. Consistency, kindness, emotional maturity, humor, honesty, low drama, safe communication. Then I asked myself, where do women like this hang out? Not where they look cool online, where they actually live. So I joined a walking group, then a book club, then I went to a local event by myself and almost turned around in the parking lot, because walking into a room alone at 40 is humbling. But I did it anyway. I stood there pretending to read a flyer like I wasn't nervous. Then a woman walked up beside me and whispered, "Are you here alone too?" I laughed and said, "Yes, and I'm trying to act like I'm not terrified." She said, "Same." And just like that, we started talking. Not about impressing, about life. And she said something that became lesson number 3. Most women want friends. They're just tired of being the only one trying. That's it. We all want community, but we've been burned. We've had friends compete with us, talk about us, disappear when we needed them, get weird when we leveled up. So now we're guarded. And sometimes we call it peace when really it's fear. I get it. But I decided I wasn't going to let old friendships make me cynical. I wasn't going to punish new people for what old people did. So I started practicing a new kind of friendship. Direct, warm, clear. If I liked someone, I said it. "Hey, I enjoyed talking to you. Want to grab coffee?" Some women said yes, some women said no, some women never responded. And you know what I learned? That's information. Lesson number 4. Rejection isn't always personal. Sometimes it's protection. If someone can't show up in the small moments, they won't show up in the big ones. So I stopped taking it as a hit to my worth. And then something shifted. I started attracting women like me. Women who didn't need me to be perfect, women who weren't performing, women who didn't compete, women who just wanted real connection. And one day, I found myself at brunch laughing my stomach hurt. I looked around the table and realized, this is what I've been missing. Not people, safe people. And it made me emotional because I realized something. A lot of women are lonely in their 40s, not because they don't have anyone, but because they don't have anyone they can truly be themselves with. So if you're watching this and friendships feel harder now, let me normalize this. It's normal to outgrow friendships. It's normal to want deeper connection. It's normal to be tired of surface-level relationships. It's normal to want friends who respect your season. And let me leave you with 5 things that helped me rebuild friendship after 40. Stop chasing friends who only call when they need you. That's not loyalty, that's convenience. Get brave enough to invite people. Don't wait to be chosen, start building. Choose proximity on purpose. Go where you'll see the same people repeatedly. Groups, classes, volunteer events, church communities, fitness clubs, book clubs. Watch for emotional safety, not just vibes. Do they gossip? Do they listen? Do they celebrate your wins? Do they respect boundaries? Be the friend you want, but don't overextend. Balance generosity with self-respect. Because friendship after 40 isn't about having a big circle. It's about having a real circle. A circle where you don't have to shrink. A circle where you can be messy, healing, growing, and still loved. And the reason this topic is trending? Because women are waking up. We're realizing sisterhood is survival. We're realizing romance is optional, but community is essential. We're realizing our standards apply to friendship too. So if you're lonely right now, hear me. You're not behind, you're not broken, you're not hard to love. You're just in a season where you're done settling, even in friendship. If this hit you, comment, "I'm building my circle," and share this with a woman who's been saying, "I need more real friends." Because you do. You deserve them, and you're not too old to find them. Not even close.